Hello. Basically, before I get on to the color, I want to actually get on to. I want to actually just talk you through the process of underpainting. Uh, we were talking about shapes in the last two wee mini segments of videos, and shapes are massively important. And for this first stage, the underpainting, you're going to be working with them shapes, and you're actually just going to be working with a really minimal palette. Usually just that burnt sienna that we've been talking about. But what I'm going to do today is, in this short segment, actually complete an underpainting, just a rough sketch of an underpainting, just using this burnt sienna here. I'm just going to add one additional colour, ultramarine blue. Now, ultramarine blue is transparent, as is burnt sienna. It's very easy to work with, and it's very thin, and you'll be able to create a great painting with just these two colours, no white, just a cloth and a brush and these two colours. So the image we're going to work on here is this image. Now, if you can see it, it's pretty. There's a lot of detail in there. It seems the most of it would be pretty overwhelming to start off with. When you look at the muches in it, but again, if we think about it simply, if we break it down into shapes, then it becomes a lot more easy to get your arms around. So I'll just show you what I've done here. I've actually just drawn over here with a marker just the shapes that underlie this painting. So I can then nearly just discard the photo for a wee minute and just work with these basic shapes. Now these basic shapes here are, again, squares, rectangles, triangles, semicircles, trapeziums, circles. Oh, it's pretty simple. These shapes here are all in this complicated image. So whenever I start here, first off, you want to try and place stuff just roughly. I wouldn't give a lot of importance to trying to get everything exact. It's just not possible. But a good thing to do when you're about to start a painting is sometimes what you can do is just divide it, quarter it up in your mind's eye, quarter it up. You can fold it in half, the image. If you're working on an image, you can fold it in half and fold it in the quarters. What you'll see is the line here that runs across here will tell you exactly where whereabouts things are. So you'll know that at the halfway mark here, the mountain is just above the halfway mark. You'll know that the castle will roughly be somewhere around that halfway mark. You can actually go much further and divide it up again, and you'll get more information. So this is it divided up now on the eighths. What you'll see is other landmarks will be pointed out. There's a good example there, right where the fence starts. That's a quarter of the way over. So you basically, it's a trick you're doing in your mind's eye. You then transfer it over to your canvas. Now all I do with the canvas is just pick this up here. We're going to get a little bit of oil. Again, you can use any oil. I'm just going to use a wee tiny bit of baby oil here, but I would normally work with liquid. A wee nick of oil and we will get started. There's the halfway mark and the halfway mark. That's halfway. Halfway here, halfway here. A quarter here, a quarter here, quarter here, quarter here, and there, and there. So if you can just imagine this almost being like a grid, with it 4 parts coming down. It's divided into 4 sections and across 4 sections. Now, straight away, if we start here, we know that this fence, for instance, it seems to happen just in that line there. Just as that line comes down there, that's where the fence is going to be. So, and the castle will obviously be at the halfway mark here. The castle will be somewhere around here. So I'm going to just discard this for a minute and just by eye, just give it a go. And to be honest, that's what I would advise anybody. Just give it a go and see what you come up with. Nobody's looking for perfection, and to be honest, it's not achievable anyway. Perfection, you're never going to get it 100%. And for the sake of actually making it actual fun and enjoyable, don't get too hung up on the placement of everything. The thing is that you actually start painting, and I'm using this as a landscape, but this works with everything. I'm hoping that you actually go on and paint things that aren't landscapes, aren't still lifes, and are out of your own imagination. But this is the key here in at the start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off here with halfway across here, this halfway mark. I'm going to try and get some information on at the halfway point here. So I'll just put this here line on here, and straight away we're going to start working. So everything will sit on this halfway point here. It'll be a lot. It'll be easy to place stuff just by getting a line across here. But I'll just start actually even down in the corner. And first off, this shape here. So this shape here, I'm going to get and it seems to come up. And again, you remember we're filling out slightly this area. I'm actually just going to put this up here as well. That'll help me as well when I'm placing it. So I get this on, and you can see this is dark grass, but I'm not looking at it as grass. I'm looking at it as a big shape to start with. I can put on the grass anytime. It's the shapes that matter first, and then the grass and the details come on. So we'll just move up to the second section here. The second section seems to come up like this, and that shape very, very easily on. We move across here now, and what I'll say is that it seems to just loop down to about here. There's a few small triangles, circles, wee squares. I'm just suggesting them on. I'm not too bothered at all about them, to be honest, as I can correct them anytime, to be honest. So we put these on. We move over here, and you can see straight away there's a wee, and we're onto the fence. We said the fence here came down here, and we're going to get the fence on. The fence is just a rectangle to start off with, and that rectangle seems to be divided. We come across here now, and above the fence seems to be, I've divided this big green grass area actually, as you can see here, up on the 1, 2, 3, 4 different shapes. You can just put a sweep across and get it on roughly, but just dividing it up on the 4 separate shapes just seems to break it up a bit for me. So I'll start with the first rectangle. We got that on. The second rectangle, the third rectangle, and this fourth. It's actually like it's a slightly distorted rectangle. So that's all the grass now on. in this area here. And I'm just going to rub out them lines a bit so the grass is on. What's very, very important is that you're just taking this one shape at a time and not looking at any sort of a finished image. It's almost like you're abstracting everything down and depersonalizing the landscape. If you see it as it is, I think this is Doe Castle, you see it as it is, then it's going to be a lot harder at this starting stage. You need to look at the image and really detach yourself from it and just see it very, very almost like just robotic. You're looking at it as just shapes, nothing else. So we're on here, we've got grass down here now. We'll start here from this tree. The tree again, I'm just looking at, it looks like it could be a diamond shape here, and then this seems to be like a rectangular shape, and then this is like an Easter egg. This shape here is just like an, we move over here, we get a shape on again here, which seems to be a rectangle. From this, we're going to start on the castle. The castle seems to be a wee square. Then it comes up, and it seems to be a misshapen rectangle. We come down, the castle comes down this way, and we're down again. 1, 2, 3 rectangles. Another egg. And that's where some water will be. And it looks like we're coming up onto some land again, which is another rectangle. And then this curved semicircular type shape, or like I say, it could be a triangular type shape, whatever does the job to start off with. And the cloud up here, again, it's an egg shape. And this cloud here seems to be a rectangular shape, maybe with a trapezium attached to it. This cloud actually here. It's not important at this stage at all, but I just suggest it on here. So rectangle and this shape here. Now, as you can see, straight away we've actually got the makings of a landscape here now happening. This isn't too far away from this. With a wee bit of work, and I'm going to just actually show you a wee trick here now why I actually have this this dark blue down here in the corner, ultramarine blue. The reason why I have that is that it's going to darken my brown, and it's going to provide me with a bit more information if I can throw on some darks, and you'll really see it come on. So just really quickly here, I'm going to place some darks on. And what I would do is I squint my eyes down at the image here, which is here, this image, squint my eyes down, anywhere that drops down in the darkness, I'm going to put that darkness down now, and anywhere that stays light, I'll keep light, and anywhere in the middle, again, you just keep it middle. The whole painting basically can be done in this one stage here, so we'll recontinue now in a minute with section 2, and I'm going to just work this up a tiny bit more here and show you the actual possibilities of what you can actually do with just these two colours, the burnt sienna and blue. A lot of the time I've actually done paintings and actually stopped. I've finished them and I didn't feel the need to add colour. So maybe this might be something you might want to try. So we'll recontinue with the second part shortly.